Hey dudes, I'm Hilah, and today on Hilah Cooking, we're taking relatively healthy corn masa mixture and turning it into a relatively unhealthy little snack called a gordita. And if you Google gordita, a lot of what shows up is pornography. It means little fatty or little fat girl, but really what it is, well, what we're gonna make today, is a little fat corn tortilla that's baked and then fried and then split open and stuffed with all kinds of stuff. It's not gonna be pornographic, I swear. We're going to start out with the same masa flour that we used for the corn tortillas, and there are so many variations of a gordita depending on where you are in the country, either in Mexico or even in Texas. I'm going to show you the one that I'm the most familiar with. Sometimes they're stuffed first and then cooked. Sometimes there's just like meat, like chicharron, like mixed into the dough, and then that whole cake is just fried and it's not split open or stuffed at all. But what I'm going to show you is the way that I've seen them most often. So I just added some baking powder and salt, and the baking powder is kind of optional, but it does make them puff up a little bit better. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil, and then again, just water until it seems right. And the water's a little bit warm. Mr. B wants to help. Really, he's just waiting for me to drop something. So now I'll get my hands in there and just start to feel it. Okay, it's a little bit soft actually, so I'm gonna add a little bit more masa flour. Okay, so we're gonna pinch off balls. Oh my God, I am 12. We're gonna pinch off balls that are, I don't know, about that size, about the size of a tangerine. And you wanna just sort of flatten it out with your hands until it's about ½ an inch thick. Maybe a little bit less, like 1/3 of an inch. And this is something that would be great for kids to help with too, if you had little kids in the kitchen, because they can't really screw it up, even if your kid is super dumb. Okay, we're gonna start out cooking these just like we did the corn tortilla. So I've got just a dry skillet here over a fairly high heat. Gonna let these cook for a minute or two on each side until they're nice and golden brown. This is just the primary cooking step, then we're gonna deep fry them. A lot of cooks will just cook them in the skillet on the comal and serve them as is, but have I told you lately that I love fried stuff? Because I do. So we're gonna fry them because that is also something that you sometimes see. So, you know, like a lot of things, Mexico's a big old country, dudes, and there's a lot of different ways to do it that you'll see. So you just want to check them whenever the bottoms are sort of getting little brown speckles like that. You can go ahead and flip them. Almost ready to fry. So you want to heat your oil up to between 360 and 375 degrees Fahrenheit. You can use a deep fryer for this, but really all you need is maybe an inch, inch and a half of oil. You just want to make sure the oil is deeper than the thickness of your gorditas, so that they're completely submerged. And you're just gonna keep an eye on them. Once they start to float, we'll flip them to make sure both sides get browned. Then we're pretty much done. And just maintain your temperature to be 360 to 375. Okay, so you can see the tops are sort of starting to round out a little bit. They're puffing up and they're floating off of the bottom of the skillet. So we can flip it carefully. Do not splash yourself with hot oil, no matter how fun that sounds. And just maybe like 30 more seconds on this side. And just have some paper towels ready to drain them on, or some leftover cocktail napkins that you stole from a bar probably. And then we can go for the other ones. Mr. B is tired of waiting for his gordita. Okay, beautiful. So we're gonna take these out and just let them cool while you assemble whatever fillings you want. I'm gonna have some carnitas that I made and some black beans, some vegetables, cheese. Okay, so these have been cooling for a few minutes. You wanna use some sort of serrated knife, like a steak knife, to sort of cut it like a bagel, not all the way through. And we're just making a little pocket here to hold our filling. Look, it's like a Pac-Man. Eat me! And I'm gonna stuff it with some carnitas, which is a shredded pork filling or whatever. I did a video on it a while back. If you wanted to do vegetarian, you could totally do black beans or refried beans. So a little bit of that. Some cotija is very traditional, which is a dry, crumbly, salty cheese. Let's see, some onion, a little cilantro, and some lettuce. You could use cabbage, whatever. Just cram it in there. It's pretty sturdy. As long as you don't cut too deep through it, it should be fine. And then top with whatever salsa of your choice. And then chow down, homies. Look at that. I got a delicious little stuffed, fried, little fatty tortilla here. A little gordita. Good Lord, that is good. Oh my God, so messy, so delicious. Banjo cannot wait to have some. So yeah, we got this creamy corn interior with the crunchy fried outside, and then whatever kind of savory, delicious stuff you want to put inside. Super awesome. Super great, fun thing to make on the weekend. So if you have any questions about the recipe, please leave it in the comment below and I'll answer it as soon as I can. Again, thank you so much for watching and have a great weekend. And share with me your way to make a gordita. If you've got a different way that your mom or your grandma used to make it, please also let me know about that. Bye.